This might be out. Taken comfortably. That's a good catch in the deep. One run needed. This might run away to the boundary.
Hello everyone. Today my guest is a young Canadian cricketer, a swashbuckling batsman known for his cricketing brain. Born in 1999, represented Canada in 2016 and captained Canada in under-19 team in 2018 World Cup. Highest run getter from Canada. He also stands at number 17 in the list of the all-time highest run getter. A list which consists of names like Liton Das, Morgan, Babar Azam, Shikhar Dhawan, Imamul Haq, Mohammad Kaif and Subhan Gill. So let's welcome Arslan Khan. So Arslan, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much for coming. So let's start from the point where you started playing cricket, right? So I see that a lot of Canadian players or Canadian kids, they pick up a lot of other games because in Canada there are other games as well, right? We have ice hockey, we have baseball,
right,
so on and so forth. But when did you realize that you want to play cricket?
I realized I wanted to play cricket maybe in the summer of grade 5.
Grade 5?
That's when I was first introduced to the game. And I always knew I had potential.
Mm-hmm.
It was just something I was very interested in. So I always begged my father to take me to the local park and just play as many balls as I can or bowl as many balls as I can. Always doing something related to cricket. So
yeah,
maybe in the summer of grade 5 is when I realized that I wanted to play cricket.
So was cricket in your household stuff, like everyone was
no, actually,
talking about cricket?
No, not at all.
No.
I didn't know about cricket until...
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't know. My father played professional cricket. I had no idea he played.
Okay.
He kept it away from me, but I actually approached him in grade 5, as I said. I approached him and I said I wanted to play cricket.
Oh.
And he asked me what did I know about cricket, and I said nothing, but I believe I'm the best there was. So
okay.
Because of that, he took me to the park and he coached me.
Oh, he took you to the park?
Yeah, he introduced me to the game and he made it very easy for me to play.
Mm-hmm. So that was the starting point and you realized that you can play cricket?
Yeah.
Okay, so was it your batting or was it bowling which you thought that you will be excelling in future?
I always knew I would excel in batting.
Okay.
I knew, I always wanted to bowl fast, but I knew I didn't have the height to bowl fast.
Okay.
So I just started bowling and I just picked up a bat and I just kept batting and playing as many balls as I could.
Okay. So what particular time you realized that you want to pick cricket as a career or professionally you want to go into the cricket?
For me personally, I would say it was our first match against Sri Lanka in the 2016 World Cup, and we were playing, and it was a tough game for as a team, but individually I felt like I did very well, and that gave me the confidence, and it
that you want to pursue
that
cricket.
I wanted to pursue cricket. I knew that it's not something that's impossible for a Canadian to do.
So it took like international match for you to realize that you want to pursue your career in cricket.
Because that's
very interesting.
Because that's when I knew, that's where the top players are. So if I can compete at the highest level, I knew that I could make a career out of it.
But before, let's take one step back and say, when you were preparing for highest form of cricket,
right?
What was the point where you started training yourself as a professional player? Like, can you educate our audience that what is the good point, how to go for
I think
professional cricket?
I was lucky enough to have my father as my coach, so he understood me better than almost any other coach would. So what he would always inflict onto me is consistency and repetition. So that's one thing that he made sure that I did a lot as a kid growing up. When I was practicing, he made sure I was consistent, and I always repeated the good habits that I had.
So your father was your first coach?
Yeah.
Okay. So with this, we come to an end of the first segment. We'll see you after the break.
All natural sweetener, Flavor All. 20 flavors to choose from. The perfect substitute for sugar and artificial sweeteners.
Flavor All by Greenish.
Flavor All from Greenish, now available at Rexall pharmacies.
I'm Nick Jakern of Nick Jakern Financial Solutions, Senior Investment Advisor and Director of Private Client Group.
Nick Jakern Financial Solutions is a full-service brokerage firm in Toronto, Ontario, and has been in business for more than 20 years, servicing and building lifelong relationships with his clients. Have peace of mind knowing that you are financially secure and stable. Nick Jakerin offers a range of financial services. To learn more, visit us at nickjakerinfinancialsolutions.com or contact us today at 416-412-4272.
Welcome back. So we are talking with Arslan Khan. So let's go to your personal stuff. Like, I just want to know, because in Canada a lot of parents do take their kids to the training, do a lot of sacrifice in their life. So I just want to understand, how supportive was your family like?
I couldn't be more grateful for both of my parents. I mean, growing up, my dad quit his job because he asked me if cricket was something I wanted to pursue. And when I told him yes, he quit his job so he can look after me and coach me. My mother, 24/7, she's always making sure that I'm okay and I have my cricket gears right and I have everything set and I'm always good to go for my next game or my next practice. And it's always good to have both your parents that supportive, because they're the two people that know you better than anyone else. So when you have their support, you really do feel like you can do anything.
Definitely, yeah. So do you remember some, point where you realized that, oh my God, my parents are sacrificing so much and I need to prove it? Was there any kind of pressure on you? Or
There was never that pressure, because my father always told me that no matter what happens, just always have fun. If you're not having fun, then don't do it. So
initially you were playing for fun, and then later on you realized that, okay, I can play.
But even after I found out that I can make a career out of this, I was still always enjoying my cricket. There was never a point where I wasn't enjoying it.
So before coming to Canada under 19 team, what all clubs or what all leagues you played here? Like,
I represented Ontario in the under 17 and under 19 teams. I've played for Toronto under 13, and I've played in the TDCA league, the junior leagues.
Junior league. Okay. And you were one of the highest run getter there? How was you recognized?
So first, I was when I first got picked for the 2016 World Cup in Ontario. I think I was the under 17 MVP for that year's Ontario.
Okay.
I'm not too sure about that, but
okay.
Leading up to it, I did well in the Ontario competition that was there against the rest of the provinces.
Okay.
And through that, I got picked for the Canadian under 17 team, and that's how my under 19 journey.
And from there, your journey started.
That's how my journey started.
So, if I have to take you to the memory lane and ask you that, what was the most tough tournament or league you played, and what was your experience? Do you remember something about it?
I would say maybe the toughest experience I personally had to go through was our Bangladesh tour, the first World Cup.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me,
and it was 2016.
That was in 2016. Yeah, early 2016.
Okay.
It was something that I did overcome. It's something that I did get through, and I persevered. But it was very challenging because we were playing in the subcontinent, and our group was only subcontinent countries. We had Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Afghanistan.
So you played against Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and And what was the other team?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Okay.
And those countries are very spin friendly, and especially in the subcontinent, they would be spin friendly. So it was a very tough task to play against some of the good spinners that are now on playing senior cricket. But it wasn't something that bogged us down. We did persevere, and we did get through some of those stages.
Okay, good. So what stage you cleared, Canada cleared in that tournament?
We didn't end up winning any games, but we did the little battles that we had during the game. Some overs we play certain ways. I would say mentally we got through a lot of barriers mentally, and we got a lot stronger and a lot better in terms of our cricketing minds and how to assess things on the field and how to adjust.
After that 2016, what happened? You came back and then you started playing for your league. What was the journey from 2016 to 2018?
So yeah, of course, we came back at I think end of February. So I came back and we started training once again. So I started training for my normal season in TDCA, and then the same Ontario process started, and then we went through the same thing leading up to the 2018 World Cup.
Okay. So after you came back from 2016 World Cup, was there any support from Cricket Canada for your progression, or they?
Oh, of
wanted
course,
to-
yeah. There's always like they're always like
Support from
They're
them.
always supportive of
Yeah.
like our journeys, especially before the tournament and
So-
after the tournament.
Okay, great.
They always assess us. Assess us meaning like they ask us, what have we learned from the tournament? What do we take from it, and what are we going to take forward from it?
When you came back from the World Cup, the first World Cup you played, 2016 Under 19 World Cup, right, in Bangladesh.
Right.
So from there to till 2018, from a team member to captain, right? So your journey was quite impressive.
Right.
So could you tell something about that journey from 2016 to 2018?
From 2016 to 2018, I think one of the major things that I did was I took what I learned from the first World Cup and I tried to apply it into this going into the second one. And I also tried to make it easier for the players that were playing their first World Cup, just to let them know that it's not as hard as it seems, or that it's not something that it's too far off for us to reach.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to get the nerves down, try to put the pressures down, so everyone could be relaxed going into the tournament. So that way we could play the best cricket that we could.
Okay, but your personal journey once you came back
Right.
from the first World Cup,
Right.
Was there any encouragement from Cricket Canada, support?
Yeah,
and they did tell you that they see you as a future captain, something like that, or it was just
coming back
surprise for you?
Coming back from the 2016 World Cup, they did give us support and they did help us like assess what we've done right, what we've done wrong, and what we can do going forward into the next qualifiers in that World Cup. They actually did not tell me that I would be captain, and it was not that it was a surprise, because I always knew that I had the ability to lead a team.
Lead the team, okay.
But I just knew that if I backed myself and just worked hard personally and helped the
Personally.
team, I knew
Okay.
that regardless of who was captain, that we'd be a good team and we played well.
Okay. So what was the first thing when you came back from 2016 World Cup?
Right.
I keep going on 2016 till 2018 because I feel that it is one of the finest moment in your cricketing life so far.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there will be more.
Right.
But till this time, I think from 2016 until 2018
Yeah.
is the best period in your life.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to shed more light on that period. So my young audience who is listening to you and who look up to you, want to become like you,
Right.
they understand that how much hard work you put in to become what you have become.
Yeah.
Right. So in 2016 when you were playing with Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and other good team,
Right.
what did you realize that the standard of cricket in Canada is as good as they have, or we are still lagging behind?
Honestly, I did feel like the terms of skill, we're right up to par with any other country. It's just on some days they performed their basics a lot better than we did.
Okay.
They stuck to their basics and they stuck to their plans.
Okay.
They executed their plans well than we did.
Or is it a mental ability you want to say?
Yeah, also mental ability, like how to handle pressure, how to adjust to certain situations, how to read ahead of the game.
Okay, so I think that's the point. There's no, as you said, there's no dearth of skill in our team, right?
Yeah.
But the only point where we miss is mental ability. And do you sincerely feel that we should have more support and more, facility to develop as a mental, strong mental player as well?
I think really some of these things come off the field. It's not more so on the field. Rather than doing it, it's much more like taking a step back and just analyzing stuff from a
It is
different
also
point of view.
individual effort.
Right.
Okay.
So it's something that I feel like a cricketer should do on his own rather than having support from someone else.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he's the one who's going to be in the field making the calls and stuff.
Making the
So
call.
I feel like every cricketer should just also like working on the field, they should work on the cricket off the field.
Off the field.
Just work on their cricketing brain, just
Yeah.
trying to get smarter each day.
Yeah. So hold on this thought, because mental ability and fitness is something where which is very important in current or in modern cricket.
Right.
So we'll talk about it, and we'll also talk about your Australia tour. But before that, let's take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
All natural sweetener. Flavor all. 20 flavors to choose from. The perfect substitute for sugar and artificial sweeteners.
Flavor all by Greenish.
Flavor all from Greenish. Now available at Rexall pharmacies.
I'm Nick Jakern of Nick Jakern Financial Solutions, Senior Investment Advisor and Director of Private Client Group.
Nick Jakern Financial Solutions is a full-service brokerage firm in Toronto, Ontario, and has been in business for more than 20 years, servicing and building lifelong relationships with his clients. Have peace of mind knowing that you're financially secure and stable. Nick Jakern offers a range of financial services. To learn more, visit us at nickjakernfinancialsolutions.com or contact us today at 416-412-4272.
Welcome back. So as you know, we are talking to Arslan Khan, and we were talking about the mental ability and the fitness. So let's continue from there. So Arslan, I wanted to emphasize on the mental fitness and ability, not only because it is one of the very big factor in current form or in modern cricket,
Right.
but also recently you came back from Australia, and Australians are known for their fighting spirit.
Yeah.
So tell me something about your Australia experience. How was that?
My trip to Australia was amazing. It was a long 6 months, but it felt really short.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of good cricket there.
So you were all alone there?
Yeah,
in Australia?
I went by myself. So it was also a good learning experience off the field.
So who organized this tour for you? Like it was your own personal?
It was my own personal endeavor. So
endeavors,
to say.
okay.
Yeah.
So where were you playing there? Like, and at what level you were playing there?
I was playing the first division in the Colac District Cricket Association.
And did this come in the Melbourne area or?
No,
Okay.
this is not in the Melbourne area. This is I think an hour or so away from Melbourne. But the quality of cricket was still good there. We also had players from Melbourne and Geelong City come out and play in the Colac District. So
okay. So what was your learning? Like one thing which you want to pick it and say, okay, this is what I have gained from Australia, playing in Australia.
The one thing I would say that I've gained playing in Australia is that it's a very different culture. So sometimes you're gonna have to it's not only adjusting in terms of like cricket. It's in terms of like you have to adjust lifestyle, culture.
And they are actually very fierce competitors.
Yeah, they are.
They don't give up.
They don't give up. They don't work. They don't think about.
So that is also a learning point from my point of view.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah. So you don't give up till the last ball.
You don't. Yeah. That's also.
And the fitness is also very good for those players, right?
Yeah.
So did you see that? Because in Canada, youngster only get like 5-6 months of cricket, right?
Right.
And that too, you play most of the time indoor. So this is one of the concern I have, because in cricketing playing nations, you see they play on the grounds most of the time.
Yeah.
So their cricketing muscles are more developed.
Yeah, right.
In the sense they are running a lot of times, even they go for catch practices, it is like they have a wide range area to cover. So they develop their cricketing muscle much better than Canadian cricket. Is this the right concern, or do you think no, it is not a problem?
I don't think it would be a problem. I just think it matters on the athlete himself. I mean, like if it rains, you can't practice on the ground, but you can still get some laps indoor, regardless of if it's indoor or outdoor. I mean, like if a player is committed, he'll find a way to get the work done, whether that's developing his cricket muscles or any muscles at all.
Oh yeah.
If he's willing to put in the hard work and the hours, then he'll find a way to get it done.
Okay.
That's what I feel personally.
Okay. So the other thing which I have heard about Australia is that the pitches are very bouncy.
Right.
Like a lot of the time, if you are accustomed to play some ball on this level, it comes at this level. Is it true or?
Yeah. So especially in Melbourne, where I'm from, it gets very hot during the summer. So the wickets get very dry and generally the bowlers are quite tall.
Are they very tall?
Yeah, they're very tall. So when they push through the wicket, then they get that ball to rise at an uncomfortable.
So can you share your experience that how did you adjust it, and what was the little adjustment you have to do?
What I would do is that if I felt like I couldn't drive the ball or I had to play in the up, I would play very softly. And what that would do is that I'll drop the ball close to the wicket,
and then
I'd try to get a single.
Okay.
And that would kind of put the bowler off a little bit. So what he would try to do is either bowl a bit closer to me or bowl a bit fuller.
So once he is bowling fuller, then you.
And then once he's bowling fuller, then that's in my zone, and then So basically, I tried to make him bowl to my strength.
Okay. So
I didn't want to play to according to how he's bowling. I want him to bowl according to how I'm playing.
Very smart, and I'm very proud of you, Arslan, the way you think about cricket.
Right.
and that's the very key thing, that shows that you have a potential to grow as a much bigger player than what you are today. And it is, you are still in a learning process. So I hope that you become much greater and better player, and you achieve a greater targets for yourself. So tell me something about what are your targets now when you have come back from Australia. Now you have, did you get the time to analyze that, okay, these are the area where I have to work?
Oh,
and
yeah.
You have started already working on it, those areas?
Yeah, I've already started working on them coming back. There were a few tweaks that I've noticed in my game, but it's not something that I paid too much attention to, because I'm the type of person to focus more on my strengths than my weaknesses. But it's surely something that you would go back into the nets and then with my coach and I'll just work on.
Okay, so did you plan to change your coach, or you want to go for? So dad is your coach.
Dad is my one and only coach.
You only believe that dad can take you to different places.
Right.
Okay, not a bad idea to do it.
He understands.
There's a trust also.
Yeah,
right?
he understands me better than anyone.
He understands you.
He's been with me my whole life. So if there was anyone I would put my trust in, it'd be my own father.
Okay, so now let's talk about the very important assignment for you, and that was 2018 World Cup, Under 19 World Cup, which you captained.
Yeah.
Now from player to captain, right? So captaining a team is a different experience.
Right.
So first of all, tell me about your experience. How did you feel when the responsibility was given to you?
I enjoyed it quite a lot. I felt like being responsible for a team is like a challenge that I was looking forward to. So when that challenge came to me, I took it without hesitating, and I knew that if I were to be captain, that means I have to be more responsible. And I would have to work a lot harder, because now not only am I responsible for my own self, I'm responsible for 10 other guys in the field.
10 others.
So it always kept me in check, and it never let me put my guard down at any time. So I really enjoyed being captain.
So one thing, I do not want to put you on the spot, but I just need to understand that when you are as a captain, do you have a say in selecting the final 11 for that match?
Oh, of course, yeah.
You have.
I was also in the room in time of selection, and I did have a say.
So you have a plan, and according to the plan, you used to select the players.
Yeah, but it wasn't something like I would just overturn. It would be more of a discussion. So if I gave my point of view, I would have to explain why I think so.
Okay.
And then if they agree or disagree, they would let me know why they disagree or why they agree.
But more often than not, they used to agree or disagree?
More often we'd be on the same page.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
So it was no issues in terms of selections. We always were on the same foot going into the first game or second game.
So tell me one thing, what was the most challenging match you as a captain in that tournament have to face, and how did you manage that match? Did you win or lose?
I would say it was the first game.
And it was
against Bangladesh. And we ended up losing.
Okay.
And it was, I think that game I put a bit too much pressure on myself personally, batting. But it was also a good learning experience, because in the second game against Namibia, we were also kind of in the same situation. And that game we ended up winning because I tried to do the things that I couldn't do in the first game. So
and what was that mistake you did in the first game?
So there was this one left-arm spinner from Bangladesh, and he was bowling quite well.
Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name. But what my idea was, if I play him out, maybe we can target the other bowlers. The mistake that I made is that because we blocked him out, we started getting
nervous.
Not nervous, I would say. Like, we started falling into a slump.
Okay.
We started getting a bit pressured on ourselves to score
because
runs.
There was no rotation of
right, because there wasn't a rotation of strike. So then we were forced to play bigger shots, and then it was a close game. We only ended up losing by a couple of runs, but I feel like if we rotated strike more during the middle overs, it would have been a lot easier for us to go in the end overs and have a hit.
Okay.
So that's why in the second game against Namibia, I made sure that I rotated strike. Whoever else was batting with me, they rotated strike. So it would be easier in the end overs. And it actually did end up becoming a lot easier for us, because we ended up winning the game very comfortably, and I realized that's what I should have done in the first game. So that's why I would say the first game against Bangladesh was it was the most challenging one, because it was a learning experience.
Okay, great. So I saw you that a lot of time that when you faced media, you were quite comfortable and you handled media quite well. So I was wondering, was it there was a briefing from Cricket Canada or your manager that how to deal with that? Or is it was natural for you to
There
deal?
wasn't much briefing. It's more so of a natural thing. Growing up, my father always made sure I spoke to people with respect, and I showed discipline whenever I approached anyone or spoke with anyone. But Ingleton Libert, the manager of Cricket Canada, he did an interview with me and he gave me a few pointers.
Okay, great.
That I still use now. So that was very good and very nice of him to help me out. There hasn't been a secret really. It's just disciplined bowling. Try to bowl straight on the stumps. Let the pitch do all the work. Yeah, the bowlers have been bowling well. I've been supporting them well too, and they've been getting our wickets. Yeah, this wicket, it keeps quite low. So I just told my bowlers to use their pace, get it up there, and let the pitch do the work. I mean, when they bowled it up, when they pitched it up, the ball, it still kept quite low, and that was pretty much what I asked them to do. Just pitch it up, let the ball stay low, let it bounce, let it nip away, in or out, and let the ball do all the talking. I think I tend to tell myself that if I am going to go on the back foot, I should stay quite low, because I know the ball's been staying low. Other than that, I've been telling myself to take responsibility, do the hard work, grind, push, and bat through the overs. Playing against players that are not better than you skillfully, but more mentally stronger, I think it gives you tips, or it gives you ways to actually improve on your leadership skills. I think the way they adapt to the situation, I learned a lot quite from that, and as a captain, it helps me to lead my team. Another thing I took from that was confidence. After playing the World Cup, my confidence has gone up. It's been good. I think we noticed that there's a slow outfield. The soil is very soft at this place. Facilities have been good. Wickets have been good for us so far. It's been in our favor. And yeah, it's been a good 2 days with 2 wins. Hopefully we can get another 2 wins in the next 2 games.
So if I'm not wrong, that 2018 World Cup, you were the highest run getter from Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So was there any encouragement for Cricket Canada?
Yeah, the president actually, Ranjit Saini, he came to.
Oh, great.
He came to see us at the
airport.
At the airport when we arrived, and he shook everyone's hand, told us he was proud of us, and it was very nice of him to come.
Pat on the back.
Yeah, very nice of him to come show us his support for his troops.
So, Canada is a multicultural society, right? We have people from all across the world. So managing a team with so many people from different culture, do you think it was a challenge or an asset? Like, did you find it difficult to manage?
I would say it was an asset because there's different ideas coming from different people, and like the way different people were brought up in different cultures, they just carry themselves differently. So maybe one person would bring in a certain amount of respect to the team, and one person would bring a certain level of I would say a good environment. Some people would just bring their good environment. Some people would bring, okay, we need to work harder, we need to do this. So everyone brought something to the table, and it was good to have everyone of different cultures to be in one team.
Everyone was hanging together in the night?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, everyone. Our team was. We were very close together. We were very gelled together.
Okay.
We were like family.
So that was an asset for you, as a captain, to manage.
Yeah.
So you have other player from other countries as well. Did you make a lifelong friends from other countries? Which you are still in touch with them?
I wouldn't say lifelong friends, but I did make a few friends from different countries that every now and then, if I'm ever in the country or I see them, we do catch up and have a word.
Okay. And you are connected on social media?
Yeah, I'm connected with a few of the Sri Lankan players and the West Indian players on social media. But a few players from Indian team as well that I know personally.
Who?
I know Prithvi Shaw.
Oh, Prithvi Shaw is connected to you?
He's not connected, but we speak whenever we see each other in person.
So tell me something about Prithvi Shaw. When you look at that kid and you say, okay, this is a special talent. Did you realize, or after, when there was a lot of
before
media publication, then you realized?
Before I met him, I used to always see him on TV, and I remember there was an interview on him when he was only 13.
13, okay.
When he was very young. So when you looked at him at that age, when I was 13, I used to look up to people like him, wow, if he can do it, if he can get recognized by players like Sachin Tendulkar, why can't I?
Yeah.
So when I first met him at the media conference for the World Cup, it was very surreal seeing him in person, and it also gave me a feeling of confidence that if he can do it and if he's at this stage, why can't I do it? We're the same age.
So did you congratulate him when
Oh, yeah,
he was
of course.
selected for India?
Yeah, I did, of course.
Oh, he was in Australia only, right? So you.
He was. I actually. Well, he left before though.
Oh, yeah, he got
Yeah.
injured. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So not a problem. You will get a lot of opportunity to meet
course,
him,
yeah.
and I hope that you will also represent Canada in coming days. So let's talk about the very challenging series coming up for Canada.
Right.
So do you have any idea that are you going to be included? Do you get any information from
At
cricket
this
board?
moment,
Not so.
I don't have no information. I haven't been updated, but
Yeah.
all I can do is just keep working hard and staying
Yeah.
focused on my task of being.
But
a
you
better
have
cricketer.
already informed that you are available for
Yeah.
selection. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So what is your goal for 2019? What you want to achieve this year?
I would say this year my biggest achievement would be getting a game in the GT20 because I feel like it's a local competition that also have big stars.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I get a chance to represent any franchise in that and play a game, I think I do have the talent to do very well. And then
Okay. But I heard that there was already a selection or some trial going on. Did you get an opportunity to go to the trial?
no, I was in Australia when the
so
trial
you missed
was
the trial.
happening. Yes, I
but
did
you
miss it.
still hope that they will contact you and
Yeah.
give an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you inform cricket board
About?
your intention to play for GT20?
Oh, I'm sure that they're
They are
already aware. Yeah.
They are aware. Okay.
I think every Canadian player's
Yeah.
dream would be to.
Yeah, we
play.
hope so. And when I saw that last time there was no young player, even
Right.
Faisal was there.
Right.
But I don't know whether he get to play for actually any game or not.
Right.
Probably he didn't get any opportunity to play a game, but he was there with the players.
Mm-hmm.
But if the players are given a prior notice, like couple of months,
Right.
so that yes, you are playing for this team, then you can mentally prepare yourself to
Yeah.
gain something from that.
Yeah.
If you get an opportunity and they tell you at the last minute, then I don't think that is going to help you anywhere.
Right.
But anyway, I hope that you get an opportunity to play for
Yeah, hopefully.
GT20. So, because you are a young player, you have been playing in Canada for like 18, 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is one thing which you think, if you become a chairman,
Right.
you would like to improve? Nothing against chairman, but
Right.
what is your personal feeling that if you become a chairman, this is the grassroots level you want to develop?
I was always thinking about it as a kid why it took so long to introduce cricket into the schools,
School level?
in the elementary schools, because
Yeah.
as a kid in grade 2 or 3, you just when you have recess, you just go outside and try to play the first sport that you find. If there's a soccer ball, you start kicking it around. If there's a basketball, you start shooting it. So I feel like if there's more cricket involved, maybe in the
More
in the,
player-
in the
player
gym
will come in.
curriculum,
Yeah.
or maybe in just the schools, if there's access to cricket bats, balls, and stumps, maybe there would be kids that are going around swinging their arm over, trying to hit the ball, and later on it'll turn into a passion that they want to
Yeah.
pursue the same way I did. Because if it weren't for cricket in schools, then I wouldn't have found out about cricket anyway, and I wouldn't be here where I am today.
Okay, so this is the last section of our program. We
Right.
are almost end of the program, and you did pretty well.
Thank
So let me go to the very, very light questions,
Right.
and it's a very personal thing. It's a personal choice. If you want to answer, answer. Otherwise, you can pass.
Right.
So, who's your favorite player in current time?
My favorite cricketer would be, I'd say A.B. de Villiers,
Oh,
and also Joe Root. Those are two players that
two players.
Those
Okay.
are two players that I look up to.
Okay. And is there any specific reason you like them?
The reason I like AB is because the way he manipulates the field and the bowlers.
He has 360-degree.
Exactly. So
shots.
like I was saying before, he makes sure the bowler bowls to him rather than the bowler bowling to his plan, and that puts the bowler off.
Okay.
And Joe Root, because Joe
Joe
Root,
Root is-
for me, he's simply just all class.
All class.
He's
Okay.
his game is very simple.
Okay. Do you watch movies?
Fair bit,
Favorite? What kind of Bollywood, Hollywood?
all types of
All.
movies.
So,
yeah.
what is your favorite movie? One from Bollywood, one from Hollywood. You remember?
My favorite Bollywood movie would be Three Idiots.
Three Idiots.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a very good movie. I'll never get tired of watching that. And my favorite English movie,
You
Oh,
can
that'd be a
pass
tough
if you
one.
don't remember.
Yeah, I would pass that one. There's no movie coming to my head at the moment.
And any favorite actor?
Oh,
actress?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan is your favorite, and
sure.
actress?
I don't really have one.
You don't have any? Oh, you don't like actress, or is it like you're
There's-
feeling shy?
No, it's not I'm feeling shy. I just don't really have one.
So, okay, so one place where you want to go for vacation, like, what is your personal favorite?
Oh, Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh.
Bangladesh? Oh,
Yeah.
what is special about that?
They have the world's longest beach there.
Okay.
And when we went there in 2016,
Okay.
it was absolutely
Absolutely
beautiful.
Beautiful. Huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going back there again. Very nice city.
Okay, thank you very much, Arslan. It was
Thank you
great
very
talking
much.
to you, and I wish you that you achieve everything what you dream for.
Thank you.
And with this, we come to the end of this program. See you in the next episode.
This might be out. Taken comfortably. That's a good catch in the deep. 1 run needed. This might run away to the boundary.